Welcome back to another reading of Takim's Guide to Japanese, which you can find at guidetojapanese.org. Today we're going to be covering negative verbs. Now that we've seen how to declare things and perform actions with verbs, we want to be able to say the negative. In other words, we want to say that such and such action was not performed. This is done by conjugating the verb to the negative form, just like the state of being for nouns and adjectives. However, the rules are a tad more complicated. We will now make use of verb classifications we learned in the last section to define rules for conjugation. But before we get into that, we need to cover one very important exception to negative conjugation rules. That is aru. Which is to exist, and iru, which is also to exist. The difference is that this one is for inanimate objects and this one is for animate. So you would use this to say that a person exists or an animal exists. This one you would use to say, I don't know, a building exists or a business exists. So, aru is a U verb used to express existence of inanimate objects. The equivalent verb for animate objects, such as people or animals, is iru, which is a normal ru verb. For example, if you want to say that a chair is in a room, you would use the verb aru. But if you want to say that the person is in the room, you must use the verb iru instead. These verbs, aru and iru, are quite different from all other verbs because they describe existence and are not actual actions. You also need to be careful to choose the correct one based on animate or inanimate objects. Anyway, the reason I bring it up here is because the negative of aru is nai, meaning that something does not exist. The conjugation rules for all other verbs are listed below, as well as a list of example verbs and negative forms. So let's take a look at some of these conjugations. So for ru verbs, we will drop the ru and attach nai. So we have taberu, we drop the ru and we add nai, which gives us tabenai. Okay, for U verbs, we replace the U, for U verbs that end in a U, so U verbs that end in a U, replace the U with a wa and attach nai. For example, kau. We replace the U with a wa and add nai. So that goes to kawanai. Okay, for all other U verbs, let's just choose a slightly different color here. For all other U verbs, replace the U vowel sound, so for others, replace the U, let's change that to this, U vowel sound with an A vowel sound. and attach nai. So oops, is that right? Matsu we replace the tsu, which is tu, with a ta, ta, and add nai. So that becomes matanai. Okay, so that seems okay. But now let's just check out some of the exceptions. Suru is just shinai. Don't ask me why. Kuru is konai. Don't ask me why. And as we've discussed before, aru is just nai. So whenever you see this, and this, and this, and you want to express it in a negative term, this is just what you use. For all the other types of verbs, you can use these rules up here. Okay, so let's just look at some examples. And again, there are types of examples on the guidetojapanese.org website, so check that out for more examples. Let me just change colors again. Okay, good old Alice. So if we've got Alice wa taberu, we're going to change that to negative. We replace taberu is a ru verb. We replace the a with nai. So Alice wa tabenai. As for Alice, does not eat. Okay, jimu. Make sure I get this one right. It looks pretty bad. Jimu ga asobanai. Asobanai. Jim is the one that does not play. So asobu goes to asoba and adds the nai. Asobanai. Bob also does not do is bobu mo, also mo. Shinai. Remember so usually this shinai, that's the suru verb. So remember that's irregular, so it just changes to shinai. Okane ga nai. So this is the aru. So there's no money. Again, oops, I missed the i. Okane ga nai. Again, nai is just the irregular conjugation of aru. Sorry, the conjugation of the irregular verb aru. Watashi wa kawanai. Okay, so this is usually kao. We get rid of the u, replace it with a wa, and add nai. So this is a u verb ending in u. So we replace the u with a wa and add nai. The last one, this is neko. Neko wa inai. So this is iru, and again, excuse me, this is an irregular verb, and we conjugate it like this. that is why. Okay, that's all I'm going to go through again. Again, there's heaps more examples on the On Taking's Guide website, so go and check them out. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time.